Hello, audience. My name is Isaac Atiers, and we at Bardic Logs bring to you once again Training Grounds. This time, the second part of my team joins us with Dragon Master as Ash, the traveling salesman Tabaxi, and Thermic Griffin as Eisen, the ever-troubled dwarf just trying to make a new bit of money to get another drink. We at Bardic Logs bring to you Session 0, Part 2. Enjoy. Like a taste of what you are, like a personality wise. Are you quirky, eccentric? Are you someone who likes to steal? Are you someone who doesn't like to lie? Just a little something that we'll get to experience when you start role playing. Let's start with Dragon, just because you're at the top of the Discord.
All right. Well, my character's name is Ash of the Soft Earth. I'm a Tabaxi wizard, uh, with the background of a traveling merchant. Both of my parents were merchants who specialized in magical goods, and after their passing, instead of vengeance, I went more to honor their curiosities and followed after them in life.
Nice, nice. A healthy way to cope with loss. All right, and Thermic, would you like to
Oh,
just give
it's
a brief introduction?
no problem. I've got a male hill dwarf. His name is Ivan. Originally, he's part of a militia. He's a soldier for his local village. No formal real training, just local militia. So they were busy fending off a band of goblins when his wife was murdered by the goblin chief.
Oof.
Since then, he's had a hatred, irrational hatred of goblins. He was dishonorably discharged from the militia because he ended up just killing goblins on sight. He was discharged and actually he was exiled from his village.
I see. Kind of a classic, revenge, almost like a John Wick with the dog type thing. Very angry about the loss, and just would you say you're more like impulsive with the killings, or more like a vengeance kind of filled?
He's impulsive. He's got the mindset that he wants to avenge them, but it's not at the point yet where he can actually think about doing it. At this point, it's just mindless killing.
Got you, got you.
So, so you and me have a little bit of a different opinion on on vengeance.
Yeah, just a little bit.
It'll be interesting to see how your guys' characters like react to each other taking your own versions of vengeance.
Right.
Yeah.
So the map I put in general chat is an unfinished. I for some reason cannot get this to upload a roll 20 so I could finish it because it just constantly brings it up like an error. So all those parking lot spaces are just filled with general housing for the village. Maybe one or two storehouses for extra stuff for the winter. On the
Okay.
top end, there's probably you don't see this much in any other villages, but actual like Passover town camping area for adventurers or anybody who don't want to pay but just need a place to stay for the night that's safe, kind of thing.
Did you say that's like the top left or the
Yes,
top right?
the top
Okay.
left.
All right. So
Yeah,
you more like a kind of like a RV parking grounds, if you will.
kind of. Yeah, yeah. And people who are passing by can enter the walls and say, "Oh, look, I can't afford to pay the tavern. Can I just go to the camping grounds and set up a tent?" Kind of thing.
Okay. Would you say this is like where my character would necessarily set up his like merchant tent?
Probably. I would say so. If we go to the actual finished parts of the village, this entire village is hub world. This is
Okay.
created by my old character Lavender Storm, who is a Tabaxi bard as well. His whole thing,
Hmm.
yeah, his whole thing is that my DM jokingly put us against an adult dragon, thinking we die. I used Enrapture, the spell, to capture his attention, run all the way back through the dungeon, and unleash it on the BBEG. So they had a fight while we got the horde. And because that's smart thinking, he let me build this town. Hub World is Lavender Storm's way of making a safe haven for adventurers. In his time as an adventurer, he's there, in this world. There's no such thing as an adventurers guild yet. There is no one who reps adventurers. No, unlike the guards union or the merchant guild, people who help regulate and
Okay.
make sure they're safe. And with this, he decided to build his own because he's seen adventurers get double crossed, killed, all for trying to help the general good. So that tower on the right is actually a 12-foot story hotel that if you're on a contract that from one of his bounty boards, he has a magic on it to tell if you can or not, you stay for free because you're doing a quest. The rest of it
Okay.
is like quick pass over town, like if you're just wanting to stay night. You want to pay at the tavern. There's butchers called No One Beats My Meat. There's on the top side of that little stony area is an open air marketplace. So any Passover
Okay.
merchants are allowed to set up there. So that probably is more
Hmm.
where you'd be.
Okay.
And Thermic, I would probably say you might even be more towards. Um, what would bring you to Hub? Like I assume being kicked out of guard, you probably turn to adventuring almost like a necessity, Thermic, like needing gold and picking up quests. You may have heard of Hub Town as like a possible safe place for adventurers. What kind of attracts your attention if you enter this place? Like, is it going to be a large tavern? The guards walking about? The various species that tend to take up the place? Like, what kind of thing would catch your attention?
I think what would catch Ozan's attention in this setting is the first thing he would go for is he'd go to the tavern. He's experienced a lot of bad things. He's been adventuring out of necessity, so it's got him to a point where if he gets into a village that's relatively safe, he's going to see, all right, the tavern and go and have a drink just to try and wind down.
Mm, got you. So, as you guys both enter this town, you guys are tired and kind of thankful. You've maybe only heard rumors that time. You've entered other towns by accident, thinking it was Hub, asking for Lavender Storm, and they're like, no, you mean that new place over there? Yeah, that one. And they'll point you to a different town, and eventually you guys see people kind of coming in and out. Not necessarily a steady stream of people, but one or two folk that kind of come in and out of the gate. Whether it's you see a fairy with like a mailman's outfit delivering mail, or you might see a human like a merchant bringing in supplies. No, just in and outs, but not necessarily hustling and bustling kind of town. And in the front entrance, you see a giant billboard with a black tabaxi with white accentuating details about him, and he's waving. Please join the Adventurers Guild. Please join the Adventurers Guild. Please join the Adventurers Guild. And as you enter, you see species that in the rest of the world are known as monsters, bugbears. Hell, like even you said, Thermic, your wife was killed by goblins. You've seen probably ambushes done by bugbears. You've seen, Ash, you've probably seen people get mugged by kobolds, stuff like that. But then as you walk around, you'll see a bugbear in like half plate with reading a quest out loud to his group, being like, "All right, Lavender says we gotta go clear out this cave, blah blah blah." Or you'll see a tall, man in full bulky armor be like, discussing a topic with a kobold wearing a wizard's robe. And as you walk
Well,
in,
this certainly isn't like all the other towns over there. This one seems to be a little bit different. I think I might have found the right place.
indeed, whether you feel comfortable or unnerved by it, you do feel this sense of this is almost like an outcast town. Anyone who's willing to pick up the sword and pick up quest and not cause too much trouble is welcome here. And with that, I'll say, Ash, you probably start making your way towards the marketplace a little bit, just to kind of maybe even get an eye as a general merchant. I assume you tend to like try to see what other competition is setting up in the new towns, try to grasp the general idea of it.
Must find a way to bolster my wares and find what's not already being sold around here.
Yeah, as you enter, you can't really zoom in on it, but on the marketplace you'll see roughly 6 stalls already set up. One is a pinstriped one that appears to have a man with a large handlebar mustache. He appears to be trying to give on-the-go barber shop haircuts. Other ones are just people selling various knickknacks he picked up on their journey. You see one or two roaming adventurers trying to sell like cursed items or magical knickknacks like a bird that every day on the dot at sunrise will caw like a magical alarm clock, stuff like that. And then of course there's a general wares, a guy who just travels, and if people happen to need rope, he'll sell them ropes, stuff like that.
So, person.
Hmm.
What was your character's name? The leader of Hubtown?
Storm, Lavender Storm.
Lavender Storm. That's what.
Yes, yes. And Thermic. Sorry. Remind me of your character's name again. I keep calling you
It's Eisen.
Eisen. Thank you.
Yeah.
So, Eisen, you're going through the town, you see a very similar thing. And as you kind of start entering the bustling bit, you go towards the bottom half, and there you'll see a butchery called No One Beats My Meat, a general store called Gnome's Depot, and a stables that has a horse with a sign around it. And the sign just says Steve, the talking horse, and a note underneath that says, "Please buy his horse. He annoys me." And underneath it signed Lavender Storm.
Oh,
As Eisen walks on down the street towards the talking horse, he takes a gander at the sign, and he just thinks to himself, Steve, what could Steve have done to Lavender Storm that he's this desperate to get rid of him?
Hey, my name's Steve. Steve the Serial Stallion. What's good?
Oh, good Steve, why are you cooped up instead of roaming about adventuring?
I'm a horse. I want to ride. I want someone to ride me. Put saddlebags and all that. Whoo! I want an adventurer to take me out and ride as they take down, people on the trail. But no one likes talking horse apparently.
I clearly missed something because my mic.
All good. Basically, he walked up to a stables, and there's a sign around a horse named Steve, and a note from Lavender Storm saying, "Please buy him. He annoys."
Okay, sorry.
Yes. No one likes a talking horse, I guess.
No, I wouldn't say no one likes talking horse. I'm heading on down to the tavern, but I think I'll stop by afterwards, and then maybe we can have a discussion about what you're worth.
Aye, well, if you look down on my sign, and underneath, he flips it around, highlighted with multiple markers. You assume cat claws have gone underneath and try to really highlight it. It just says free.
Now that is something.
Yes. But yes, enjoy the tavern. I'll see you later. And he starts chomping back in. And the farmer goes, "Steve, you ready for a meal?" "Hell yeah, I'm ready for a meal, my dude." "What is dude?" The farmer's like, "What is a dude?" Don't worry about it.
As I see Eisen.
You actually wouldn't see him. You're up in the marketplace right now. He's on the lower half.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you guys will meet up in 1 second. Eisen, you will see as you kind of turn around from Steve is the tavern, hustling and bustling with the sign above it, the waning moon.
As I see the waning moon behind me, I enter, stepping up to the bartender, asking him for whatever is the best drink he's got at the moment.
All right, you plow open the door, and unlike the rest of the village, because it is later on a day, maybe not evening, but maybe around 4 or 5ish in the evening. Definitely not close to dark, but some people are getting off their works. Farmers have done their stuff for the day, and a lot of people are in the tavern, just packed. You see, one person who particularly grabs your eye is a Goliath wearing large, spiky kind of armor around studded leather, and carries a large axe glaive upon his back, and he's drinking with a black tabaxi with white details, and they seem to be merrily chattering away. And as you step up, the bartender turns around to you, a humanoid, roughly 5'10", I would say Buccaneer style facial hair, that devil's little chin strap with the kind of nice mustachio, with a what's it called? A cornered hat. And with this, he turns around. You want the strongest thing I got? Well, let me see. He turns around and looks up and down the liquor cabinet. I got dwarf piss. That will be a gold piece, and that'll knock you on your ass.
Well, if you say it's gonna knock me on my ass, I'll give you a gold piece. And if it's not, then we'll see what happens afterwards.
As you give him the gold piece, you slide it over. And he takes it, flicks it, does that classic bite to double check that it's real, tucks it in his pocket, brings it out, and pours you 3 hard shots of dwarf piss. Every shot you take will require a con check.
Just give me a second.
All good. Take your time.
Alright, so con check roll is D8, isn't it?
D20 plus your constitution modifier.
Okay.
Every roll based off some kind of skill will be D20. The rest of them only really come out for damage or like certain rolls.
Okay. That's all cool. So D20 with my modifier, which is +5, that's a 22.
Awesome. With that, I actually won't even have you roll for the others. You will just plow them down. And don't get me wrong, they kick like a truck. They're like 50 proof almost. It burns your chest. And almost immediately you're kind of inebriated, but damn does it feel good. And you don't even cough. You're just looking up like, that's some good shit.
Damn, that's a pretty strong drink, but you know what? It's worth the gold piece.
Absolutely, my friend. Absolutely, my friend. I knew you'd be satisfied. We always know how to take care of customers here.
I head out of the tavern after thanking the barkeep for the dwarf piss.
Aye. And as you
exit,
you just kind of come into the general township, and I'll say that you see passing by you is entering the tavern kind of behind you, almost shoving you slightly, like that like classic air quote accidental shoulder shove. Is 2 people. One, a rabbit folk who, with long ears, has it tied back like he's in a ponytail, wearing a jester outfit, and behind him, an effeminate figure wearing a mask. You can't really tell what race they are, as they're completely in a costume. And as they shove by, sorry, and they start approaching the stage of the tavern.
As I can't see the race of the effeminate figure, I look at them and just spit a hawk on the ground in front, just behind them. Going on my way, just thinking to myself, barely into a new town, already trouble with the locals.
Now, back to you, Ash. As you're standing in the marketplace, what would you like to do? Do you want to do any kind of checks to get insight on the other markets? Do you think you kind of got a grasp on what's the vibe of the open air market and want to continue on? What you feeling?
I would kind of like to inquire around the local market about anyone that sells or barters in magical goods, or just about anything out of the strange, out of the ordinary. And
I'll say, looking around, you see a tall elf with kind of light, almost like baby blue hair. Not pulled back in a ponytail, but just kind of behind the ears, and in a very somewhat not professional, like it's not a 3-piece suit of an elf equivalent, but it's definitely a nicer robe, as if they're trying to present themselves. They have an air of elegance about them. And as you kind of approach, you do see various different rings and jewelry that kind of give off a magical aura, almost like a ringing as you get near.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Hey, you, sir.
Oh, yes,
I
please.
see you have some magicals there. Do you know else I can... Do you have more? Do you have sales?
Well, of course. I have, I'm an adventurer. I go about picking, up various goods and selling them to those who need it. We got various, gestures and starts doing the full, shop, show off, I got rings over here, ones that can give you, protection.
I just imagine him opening his robes with all of these necklaces and rings dangling on the inside.
Oh, yeah. Like, he shows you the initial front ones, but he's like, yeah, if you want some really good stuff, he, opens up his robes. You see daggers and necklaces and stuff, hanging from there. I got the real good shit right here.
What are your kind of prices you charge? You see, in all honesty, I'm your competition. I'm trying to gauge what I can charge for my wares.
Ah, well, if you go out on an adventure, pick up boards from the Lavender Storm, the quest, from his quest board, and he points to the hotel. In front of the hotel, you can pick up extra gold and maybe even items. He does send us out on quite extravagant things that may risk your life, but good rewards. And he gestures to a few rings. I got these going out on an abandoned mansion raid. Various ones, like he points to one that is a gold ring with a green band around it. More uncommon or just nice looking stuff. 50 gold, maybe 100 gold. But ones like this, and he pulls out this dagger that seems to almost have a slightly glowy, almost radiation neon glow to the very tip of it. The edge of the blade itself, where it cuts, seems to just have this again, like radiation, almost like a glow from it that emits a slight light. And this is more of a rare, poisonous dagger. Something like this can go for 1,000, maybe 2,000.
Now those do seek my fancy. Thank you. Thank you for the information.
Of
Do you,
course.
do you have anything a little bit cheaper? Maybe on the gold piece side for now for me to bolster my wares.
He like starts digging through. He like pulls up this chest that's labeled junk and starts like going through them. Let me see. Let me see. You want a voodoo doll?
Oh, no, no. I'm looking for more interesting.
Well,
Less cheap, more intrigue. Something you've never seen before. That's alright. I will just look around. I will see you again. What did you say your name was?
a Lazaric. Hello.
Thank you. I will check out this adventuring board after I venture around.
All right.
Um,
And good luck for competition. He gives
I
you.
wanna, I wanna, I would like my character to kind of venture around. I've heard. I want to say that with my base passive perception, that like I've. Let me do this. Can I make an insight check to see if I hear anything about, like, say, a talking horse around town?
I'll, I'll say. What's your passive perception?
14.
All right. So two things. One, just so you know, insight is only if you're trying to read if someone is lying to you or if they may be good or evil, like sensing intentions. Or you can also use it for like a few other things, but it's mostly like a gut feeling kind of skill. Perception is normally what it comes to, like, or investigation even, for like information gathering. Just FYI. And with 14, I'll say that you maybe overhear while you're talking. One woman goes, "Ah, that damn horse. He commented on my ass the other day. You know, the one over there, the Steve, the talking horse." "What? Steve? Again? Oh, he commented on my breast the other day." Two women to me gossiping about how Steve's a bit of a pervert. And with that, I would assume maybe both of you start kind of meandering your way towards the hotel for the quest board, kind of hearing about it, wanting to make your goal a little bit. Whether it's Ash needing to get more gold to buy stuff, or yeah, Eisen, maybe something fun and easy that isn't gonna, put your life necessarily on the line. I assume you guys still both start kind of meandering, and as you guys head over towards the hotel, you can now see in that strip, that long little bit that leads up to it. On the left side, you see a tall tree filled with various fairies that go back and forth, and they come in and out, flying about. And next to it is a mail post, and you look at it and you see fairies going in and out, and they'll like run over and put a quest on this quest board, and it drags your attention to in front of the hotel is a large quest board with a few standing figures reading stuff, tall as hell, bigger than any quest board you've ever seen. And then on top you see Storm Incorporated quest boards.
I'm terribly sorry.
All good. What's up?
Um, my my girlfriend had called and it screwed me up. I couldn't I wasn't there for half of what you had said. All I asked about passive perception, and then it was gone from there.
Awesome. It's all good. I can redo it. So, basically, you and both
Just
Ash and Eisen are going to
some.
be, yeah, kind of meandering your way over to the hotel. And on that long strip that kind of leads to it, you'll see to the left of the hotel is one, a large bounty board, bigger than anything you've ever seen, called Storm Incorporated Bounty Boards. There you see a fairy plugging up or pinning up a, like a little contract to it. And you see a large tree that has various fairies in it. It seems that that's like what they live in. You have little houses all along this ginormous cherry tree with blossoms and stuff. Next to the cherry tree is a mail post that the fairies seem to enter in and out with a single human that seems to be kind of navigating them and pointing them in directions. It appears to be more of a mail post for gathering quests for the board, but there is a little drop off box if you want to send mail to any nearby towns. That you do just see the bounty board with a few individuals standing in front of it. I would say you both maybe notice each other. You're kind of that awkward moment where you don't mean to walk next to a stranger, but you're both going the same direction. So now you're both just kind of casually walking next to each other, like, oh, hi there.
Hello.
Good afternoon. I see you're both going to the questing board.
Of course, yes. It's from what I hear the best way to get around town. Raise up, if you will. Have you
I
had
just,
a chance to peruse it?
I have not had a chance to peruse any quests. I just had a very interesting conversation with a magical horse that can speak.
Now that piques my interest. You see, I like things that are weird.
Let's peruse this board. Perhaps there is a quest we can undertake together. You seem like an interesting fellow.
Oh, would I would fancy pique my fancy. Let's do this. Yes.
As you step up, you'll see various different levels of contracts. They're kind of like almost like labeled hard, medium, easy. So like but instead of that very blatant, it's more like ranking. Greenhorn, seasoned adventurer, guild masters, like different rankings along it. And you assume that since you guys are just joining, you'd probably be wanting to go towards the bottom. You know, you guys aren't necessarily the most powerful people. As you look, there's a few quests. Clearing a kobold cave. Uh, I would say maybe someone has a missing daughter in the woods they need found. But maybe the one that really catches your attention is a mansion in the woods. And this one is labeled training. Uh, and underneath is a notation, like a footnote from Lavender Storm. This is a training program for all who first enter the Adventurers Guild. If you'd like to enter the Adventurers Guild, he'd prefer you to take this quest, as he'll be sending a higher ranking member with you to ensure that you won't die during your first quest. After that, you will have shown that you are able to handle yourself and are more than welcome to take on stronger quests. And that's more just a request rather than a demand.
Hmm. Well, that seems like it might be our best bet just to start. What do you
Yeah,
think?
I think I agree. I think I enjoy the risk, but then also again that we're gonna have someone with us just for backup.
You do
Let's
see
start on that.
you do see that compared to the rest of the contracts, maybe other ones are 200 gold, maybe 250. This one is only about 100 gold, but it is expressed in the contracts like details that this is because of the higher ranking member also being sent. They'll be taking a no a sizable portion of the pay, but that is because they will be protecting you and almost like evaluating you during this.
Hmm. See this part here. You see the fine print. You read this. I'm not so sure about this part. I don't like this part so much. I might try to haggle him for this. This reward seems unnecessary. if we can just get him to sit back and review us instead of participating, I think we might get for more reward.
I think we could negotiate with him so that if there's nothing that he actually needed to save us from, he can still get a bigger cut, but not as big as what it seems like he's requesting.
Yes, that's if I'm gonna start, I need to start with something in my pocket. So luckily, there's only two of us. It's 50 each. God knows if there was more.
Yeah. Yeah, I think let's try to negotiate with him. Only step in when it's truly necessary.
You guys, I assume, rip off the quest. Kind of claim it as your own, and as you guys do, suddenly a little ruin pops up on the bottom. Do either of you speak Sylvan?
Sylvan?
This is the
No,
family
it's just
language.
no. Just Elvish, Common, and Draconic.
How about?
No, not for one.
All right. You just see a kind of glowing pink ruin pop on the bottom, and it doesn't do any active effects. It just kind of stays there. It's looking almost like the two solid lines going down vertically next to each other, and various different little lines are kind of drawn through them, connecting and interconnecting them, almost like stitches. And as this kind of goes off, you feel this little magic about you kind of enter your body. From here, what would you guys like to do? Do you want to enter the hotel? Do you want to, because you've taken the quest, now you have to find Lavender Storm. Do you want to enter the hotel? You can go look around the town, the tavern. What you feeling?
I think you said this horse was free. I think we need to go get this horse. Just bring him with us. Steve, we need to go get Steve. Bring him with us so we have extra help carrying whatever we need.
I agree. I think Steve will be a good companion for us.
Steve, and then we find Lavender Storm.
Let's wander to Steve.
So you start wandering
Let's
off.
go.
So you start wandering back over to the stables, and as you start approaching Eisen, Steve gallops back out. Oh, I see you returned. Hey, what's up? What's up? Hey, you. He looks to you, Ash. Hey, what's up? You want a horse? I'm Steve. Steve. The
What's up? I do like this
Hey.
horse. This is my kind of horse. He's strange. He's weird. He's unique. Steve, how do you feel about carrying things?
Love it. I want to be an adventurer's horse.
Well, Steve, I think today might be your lucky day.
He gasps.
As long as you require no pay and you eat very little hay.
He gasps, and the farmer's head, like the stable hand, sticks his head out. Someone took Steve. They start ringing the bell. Suddenly, from the tavern behind you, a tall, black tabaxi with white details. You can only assume to be Lavender Storm from the billboard that you guys entered. Someone took Steve? Who are these wonderful people who took that horse off my hands?
Steve's mine now.
Another tabaxi! Well, hello there, my amigo.
Steve? And this is, you said, Lavender Storm. All right, yes, I took Steve off your hands, and you actually saved me the trip from finding you. We are going to attempt to join your little guild here, and we'd like to participate in this training quest.
Let me see. Steve! Yeah, Lavender. Go get ready. I want you out of my sight soon with these people. Yeah, alright, Lavender, I got you, buddy. Woo, he runs on in. The farmhand starts like putting saddles on him, getting him all prepared for you. And Steve seems to be like galloping in excitement. Now, you like to join my guild, huh? May I see the contract you chose?
Present him with the contract.
Yes, let me see. Oh, training day. Wonderful, wonderful. I was just looking for people to fill out this training. We need new recruits for the guild. I see. Well, I'm glad to see this has piqued your interest. He kind of
Indeed.
just looks you guys up and down for a second. I know exactly who to send with you. You two look like you can handle yourselves. Also, I think I have the perfect member to help keep you safe.
Well, I figured since it was your training guild here, your guild, um, that it was necessary to inform you that your starting price for this seems a little hefty. I see there's some hidden fees in there. I'd like to negotiate with you. And I believe the best way to do this would bring you specifically along with us to evaluate us and know just how strong we are, a team, uh, and therefore give us a discount on your fees.
He raises an eyebrow to you. What fees? He looks at his contract. You both get 100 gold, and you just get paid less than other contracts because someone is going to be protecting you. What fees?
Mm, see, me being a merchant, I know how these hidden fees work. We are getting less for this contract because we are paying for protection, but we won't.
We won't be needing that protection.
Ah, I see, I see. How about this? Roll me a persuasion check, Ash.
Um, with a 20 side,
Yes, 20 sided, and then plus your persuasion bonus.
that's 19 plus 5, so 24.
24. Okay, so, Okay, how about this? He takes out this little pen. As he dabs it
Alright,
on his tongue, ink fills the pen. Oh, or a quill, I suppose. And he crosses out the 100 gold. And he writes 175, and Lavender Storm will be following you and evaluating you, only helping when needed.
this looks good to me. How about
This
you?
looks better. This looks acceptable.
Hi. And he
Alright.
crosses off 2 lines on the bottom for signatures. Please, feel free to sign and join my guild.
Mm. Can you make one more line? You forgot. I just picked up a new companion, Steve. He's coming with us. He's my baggage steed.
He like narrows his eyes towards Steve, does a smaller line, and really shittily writes in Steve.
Thank
Us,
you,
us
thank
finally,
you. I hastily signed the contract before you can change it.
I
And
sign it as well.
as you sign it, you guys suddenly that ruin kind of flashes real quickly, and on your left arm, a tattoo appears. A small set of words that say Quest, Mansion in the Woods, Payment, 100 gold. Underneath, Ranking, Greenhorn. Welcome to the guild.
Lavender, I see here that I know I just asked you for a third line, but as I look around, I'm noticing one other person who looks kind of curious, as if he might want to go on a quest. May I ask the stranger over here, uh, and see if he wants to join us?
Absolutely. As you turn, you see entering a town appears to be a lion folk, a lionin, tall, mighty, with various well, nice and well clothed, clean, but not too clean. Oblivion, if you'd like to go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hi, my name is Xanuus. How are you all doing? I'm 6'5", I weigh 180 pounds, and I'm just your average lion.
Gotta stick up for my cat folk. Nice to meet you. We are preparing an adventure.
Oh, perhaps maybe I can join in on this as well.
Lavender looks up to
Does
you.
this
Gorgeous. He adds another line and gestures for you to be able to sign it.
I'm not signing that.
suit you, my small dwarf friend?
I'm sorry, what was that?
Sign.
was just asking my dwarf friend if it suited him.
It suits me. I look up at him and greet him. It's nice to see you. Just very strange looking at someone that's more than almost twice as.
It can be very strange considering most people fear me when they see me. Alright, fine, I'll sign.
As you sign, once again, tattoo appears on your arm. Ranking, Greenhorn, mission, request, mansion in the woods, 175.
By the way, got us a little bit of a better price.
Oh, yeah? And who would that be?
But better price. You came at a good time.
Oh, I didn't hear you say that, my bad.
All right. So,
God,
with all this and my wonderful new party setup, we shall go out tonight. He looks up at the sky, narrows his eyes towards the sun. Let's say as the sun sets to dusk, we'll head into the woods. For now, go ahead and feel free to check into your rooms at the hotel. The ruin, he points to the Sylvan ruin that you guys weren't able to read. Let my front desk woman know that you are allowed to stay for free.
That's what that means. Thank you. Just curious. I love learning new things.
Indeed.
Thank you.
Feel free to go to the grill and our restaurant to rest up.
I'm gonna take that time to rest up and prepare my spells
Absolutely.
for
You guys
the
enter the
adventure.
hotel. You guys see kind of a classic hotel lobby, if I'm being honest. It's nothing too special. In the back, there's a large staircase. The front desk woman is a high elf, very beautiful, jade eyes, blonde hair. Yes, hello. Here's your keys, gentlemen. I see that you are part of the guild now. And without even question, it's almost like she just looks to you and can tell that you're part of the guild. A glint kind of goes over her eyes, like a very pinkish flare almost when she looks at you for a second.
Hmm.
Keys. 3 keys?
Do you guys want to go to your rooms
3 rooms.
or the restaurant first?
The
Xandrius is hungry, so
So you guys go up to. You guys start climbing. And
I don't know
see-
what everybody else wants to do.
Maybe on the levels. At least Xanarius, if you guys would like to go with him. Can see on a by level chart for the hotel. On level 5 is the restaurant.
Yeah, I think let's go to the restaurant.
Alright, I'll follow you then. But only for a quick bite. I wish to run off to the room to prep my spells and go over my book.
All right.
Real
Take
quick,
this.
what's the gold currency thing? How does that work? Is it what times what?
Oh yeah. So your starting gold is for any characters who already have their base starting gear is 1d4 times 10.
Okay, thank you. 1d4 times 10.
And there. So that image is what you guys see as you're gonna come up that bottom right area to that tunnel and start entering up. You see a very nice little cafeteria area. Dwarves walk around with waiter outfits and very casually kind of walk up. Welcome to the hotel. What's it? The Hotel de Aventura Restaurantes. Please take a seat wherever you like. We'll come and ask for your order in a minute.
Okay, we enter and heading to sit down at the booth
Yeah.
in the back.
Sit down on a booth in the back, and a dwarf comes up to you. A little mate to the D outfit. What can I get you for the night, gentlemen?
For me, I think just give me an ale for the moment.
Aye, ale. And how about you? He turns to Xanarius. Any kind of meat or anything like that?
Meat. Lots of meat.
All right. He looks at the tabaxi. And a bowl of milk for ye. Gotcha. And he walks off. And after just maybe, surprisingly, only 5 minutes, which is very quickly for both the meat and the ale to come out at the same time, a large, frothing, probably as big as your head, Eisen, a deliciously cold ale that as it goes down your throat fills you with a very calmness. And Xanarius, a large kebab type skewer filled with various different types of meat, slammed in front of you with steam coming off of it. And a nice little bowl of milk is put in front of Ash. Enjoy.
Thank you for the milk. I actually forgot. May I get a little bit of, I don't know, grain? I have a brand downstairs outside. He might like a little bit of something to eat.
Kind of raises an eyebrow and then notes down slowly. Grain. Right. Okay. And once again, like maybe 5 minutes later, he comes back out with like a little bowl of just grains, and he kind of again gives you like a raised eyebrows. He slides it towards you.
Thank you.
Yes.
Uh,
If anything else, give a holler. And he walks away.
Hello,
Okay.
gentlemen.
All right. The meal is delicious. The ale is wonderful. Ash, you're able to eventually leave and go to your room. It is just nothing too special. King size bed. Single person. Wallpaper. I will say that is strange to you. Most walls have wood, but as you enter, you feel this papery kind of outline over the wooden surface, and it has this pattern over it that kind of entrances you with the colors.
Hmm.
Other than that, you have like a little cupboard, a dresser, just stuff to store your basic stuff for the night, and like a chair nearby, just if you just want to sit and chat or like drink your morning tea kind of thing.
Hmm.
And then if
I'm
you guys don't
wondering.
have anything else, because you guys can treat this as a long rest or a short rest. Not that you've really done anything that requires no spells or combat or anything, but if you would need to, say in Ash's case, redo spells or have anything set up, go ahead and get that done, because we will be starting the quest right now.
Yeah, before I take my long rest, going into this room with this wallpaper and seeing how weird it looks, can I cast detect magic?
Absolutely. You cast detect magic, and there's no magic in the room. Probably, actually, there is one source of magic. You.
Okay, well, I just wasn't sure about the wallpaper.
Oh, all good. Yeah, it's
All right,
perfectly valid.
all right, then I'll take a rest. Prep my spell.
Awesome. And as you guys rest, the evening, it's like a little montage. The sun starts slowly setting. Daenerys, you go through multiple plates of meat. I imagine Eisen, you just enjoy lovely ales, maybe a bread loaf to kind of help soak up the some of the alcohol before you go out, kind of stuff. And
Yeah.
you unwind. You do. I would say Eisen for a good 3 hours. You feel relaxed, something you really haven't in a while. Whether it's other patrons coming up and giving hearty jeers or like little nudges, like "Hey, nice drink there, friend," or the band playing lovely violin and viola music. It's a hearty night that it kind of restores you a little bit.
It restores me a little bit before having a good evening of rest.
And as the evening comes up, Ash, I assume are you going to rejoin them after a bit, or are you just going to stay in your room until you're called upon?
I'll probably join them after a bit, but whenever I feel rested and done with my spells. So probably right about the time Eisen is really tankard.
So we're going to be here a couple of days.
And as you guys are sitting there enjoying, Lavender walking up the steps. Ah, my friends, time to get going. We have a wonderful quest ahead of us.
I say, just one moment. We just need to get our friend from his room. We were just preparing his spells for today.
You look over Ash, and he says that completely, almost as if he's completely forgotten that you're right there because of how drunk he currently is.
I'm here. I've made it already, friend.
Yes.
You don't have to worry about me. The only person we're missing is Steve.
And as you guys go out to start getting ready, is prepared. Steve is already kind of set up for you guys in a little saddlebag. He's trotting his little hoofs. Oh yeah, Steve's going on an adventure. About time. Heck yeah. And Lavender just gives a deep sigh.
I excitedly hop on Steve's back and lean over and give him some of the grain bowl that I grabbed for him.
Oh
Got you a
hell
treat, buddy.
yes. And starts munching on it. With this, you guys eventually start kind of going off. You have your base adventuring gear, you have rations, anything else Lavender would have kind of made sure you guys had, such as, torches, pitons, climbing gear, etc. With your basic kind of survival gear set up, you guys head off, and after 20 minutes, you enter a patch of woods. You guys are now in the woods, and as the woods start going on and on for roughly maybe an hour of just travel in the dark, with the cold starting to set in a little bit, and as the evening sun and the dusks truly start to set, you have to light torches or lanterns, and you start going through this path. Every now and then you'll see what you think is something moving deeper into the woods, but as you look, nothing's there. It's always your peripheral vision. You maybe never bring it up because you never do see anything, but you are feeling wary as you go deeper into the woods. Suddenly, you enter this new map I just put in, a graveyard map. You enter the top left side of that trail. And as you enter, Lavender kind of starts to slow down and put his hands kind of up a little bit. It says, I don't remember there being a graveyard on the way here. Interesting. He pulls up a little map. You see this big like circle around where you're like supposed to be going, and he's like, "We're going the right way. Give me a second. I need to look around, make sure we're going the right path." And he starts kind of walking around the graveyard, looking at the various different paths and exits from it. Take a moment to look around, if you will. See if you find anything magical. I don't remember there being a graveyard here.
Well, guys, it looks like it's been a while since he's actually been out here.
That seems like it's true. Perhaps we should investigate the area.
It also looks like it's time for us to make our
Yeah, I'll
money.
look around as well.
Absolutely. So
I
we'll
would-
start with Ash, then Eisen, then Xenaros, just to go from top to bottom. Choose if you want to do an investigation or a perception check.
Definitely. Let's go with perception.
Alright, go ahead and roll that. Eisen, investigation or perception?
I'll go with investigation.
Alright, good and roll that. And Xenaros, what about yourself?
So we have one of each, right? So
Yes.
far? If that's the case, I will do perception. See what happens.
Alright. Go ahead and all roll me that. And
15.
15.
17.
22.
Alright, 20 on Ash, what'd you get? Or 20 on Eisen, what'd you get? Ash?
22.
22. Alright.
No, I got the 12.
Oh, 12. Sorry. Okay. So, starting with the perception checks, which are fairly easy. You guys look around, and looking at the graves, you do notice the dirt is fresh. Brand fresh. Brand spanking new. The tombstones appear to have just been slammed into the dirt. Maybe days ago. The growth that would have been reclaiming the grass going around it, or even the vines and mossiness that would normally start to claim over merely a week afterwards, isn't even there yet. This maybe looks to be close to, I don't know, days old. This entire thing, I'll say, even like looking at all the graves and stuff, it seems to be appeared to almost be slapped together quickly. Eisen, with your investigation check, I will say that open grave in the middle of it, you're able to look into it, and you see a single skeleton with a necklace kind of around its neck and a thumbs up facing up towards the air. Also, the fences that have been going around, all around these various parts, not fully even blocking off entire areas, just guiding this general outskirts of a graveyard, is completely black and appears to have rusted copper nails nailing them and holding them together.
Guys, I'm not even sure this is a real graveyard. I think this might just be a, what do you say, cake?
I'm not sure this is a graveyard either. This seems like it's middle of the graveyard moon, actually. I think we need to get a closer look at that skeleton and specifically the amulet he's with, the necklace he's wearing.
I think you're right. I think you're absolutely correct. But who's gonna do it?
Have a racial benefit to perception.
I will say, looking at it, you three are probably on the right side of the open grave, kind of looking into it right now. Lavender, just so you know, that right below you guys, that little slab is just kind of looking there, almost like he's reading something. He seems to be holding his chin, pondering something. And you guys look down, and yes, the skeleton now no longer has a thumbs up. As you guys looked away, he now has a peace sign.
Before we check out that skeleton, it's strange that it's moved. Maybe we need to try and see if we can decipher this written on the screen thing. Find this where Lavender is.
Steve can decipher things?
Let's see if we know the language.
Let's do it.
You, at the very least, you two, Zenaris, if you'd like to go along with them, you may. You guys kind of walk up behind Lavender, who, by the way, I never gave the full description. He's wearing studded leather armor with blue and black details, has a large spear upon his back with a shield as well, a hand crossbow around his side, and the skull of a small kitten around on a necklace around his neck. And as he sits there, he's holding that skull and muttering a prayer as he seems to be looking over. Do either of you read Draconic?
Yes.
No.
Amazing.
Ash.
As you're reading it, it says, "Welcome to the brand spanking new graveyard with wonderful new plots entered just for you."
Well, guys, this is either setup or it's fake. I'm leaning more towards setup. It's a trap.
On the bottom, it reads, to the south, mansion. To the right, way out.
We were here for a haunted mansion, right,
Yes.
Lavender?
Yes.
Well, I think I know the way.
Alright, Ash, I think then lead the way and we'll follow you.
First,
You know
does
what?
anyone grab that necklace?
Real quick, my perception was supposed to be a 17, not a 15. I don't know if that changes anything or not.
It really doesn't. Ash got so much higher
Okay.
that he was able to just inform you of everything nearby.
Fair enough.
I think I want to, go snatch the necklace off the skeleton's neck real quick,
All right.
hastily.
Where
just-
is
I don't even
everybody
care.
as he does that? Is he are you just running over and then grab it, trying to run back to them, or are you letting them kind of follow you?
I figured we were still by the little stone thing there next to the grave, right?
Yes.
Reading it. So before I lead them off, I was like, "Hey guys, come on!" And I just reached down into the grave and snatched the necklace off, and then started trotting off down towards the south.
As you grab the necklace, a bony hand grabs your wrist. Roll me initiative.
God damn it.
Sorry guys, I couldn't let it go. It could have been magical.
The intrigue is strong in this one.
Hey, wow, that's the
Nat
worst way to go.
20.
Yeah, I got a nat 20 as well. What the fuck?
I got a 16.
All right.
I would have preferred my nat 20 on an attack roll.
All right, Lavender got an 18, and the skeleton. Okay, you'll be going first. Let me see. Ash and Zanera, what's your dex bonuses?
+3.
+3.
All right, just because you're Tabaxi and you're right in front of it, I'm gonna say Ash, you go first, then Zaneras.
Alright, that's fine.
Okay, Ash, it just grabs you. You look over, and the skeleton's head is now twisted to look up at you. You see the bones, even though they're not supposed to move, have now slightly shifted with a creak into a grin as this hand grabs your wrist. What would you like to do?
I freak out and cast Shocking Grasp on it. Grab it back and cast Shocking Grasp.
Yeah, I wouldn't even say you have to roll just because it is holding on to you, and its whole desire is to keep holding on to you. So without any even difficulty, you just grab the forearm bone, and you just start channeling electricity. Normally bones you would assume maybe don't do it, and maybe did in a panic, but all of a sudden you see the entire skeleton start shaking violently as if it's convulsing with nerves. Go ahead and go ahead and roll your D8 damage.
Let's see. 3.
3 damage. You do singe the bone that kind of basically what happens is you basically completely crack and splinter the forearm bone, or both of them as they're trying to hold on. However, now that you're able to pull away and you have full movement, the hand is still wrapped around your wrist, but you're able to get away from the skeleton as the forearm is broken and the hand is no longer attached to it. With that, you still have your bonus action and your movement. So that, just FYI, because I know Aizen and Ash are both newer, combat revolves around 3 things. One is your action, That is what most things will be: attacks, doing things, activating things, attempting stuff, etc. Bonus actions will be more like if your thing says bonus action, so shield is a bonus
Okay.
action, healing word is a bonus action, and certain things like drawing your weapons or pulling a lever will be a bonus action. Then mint is listed on your character sheet. You can move that many squares.
Were you
Okay.
referring to the shield spell or just using an actual shield?
Shield spell, sorry, the shield spell
That's a reaction.
is a reaction. You're right. Thank you for reminding me.
You're welcome.
Would I be able to, for instance, cast magic armor, or
No, that is an
no,
action.
because it's an action? Okay.
It should say next to your spell whether it's an action or not.
Okay.
Yes,
Yeah, I just
example of
flipped
bonus
it.
action. You could maybe you could step away from it. You could try to.
Yeah, I think I'm just gonna try to pull away from it and move to the south. Just I have a movement speed of 30 feet. I think I'm gonna go like 20 feet if I can get away from it and be like, "Come on, guys, let's go." Just completely ignore the fact that there was a skeleton there.
As you start walking, you see that grave right below the open grave. So, two hands on either of those graves come out to try to grab you. Give me a dex saving throw as they come out to grab you.
Son of a bitch.
And that will be the end of your turn as well. And during this, Eisen, Xeneras, and Lavender, you'll all see that several other graves, roughly 3 other ones, have arms and hands start poking out and pulling themselves from the graves. You see a kobold with 4 arms, a dwarf with an axe in his head, and an orc missing its left arm, but its right arm is humongous, as they all start trying to plow and pull themselves out of the grave. Ash, what is your
I have 8.
8. As you're like, come on, guys, let's go. They just grab your ankles, and you just fall prone, face first into the ground. You guys just see you get grabbed as these gross, cold hands grip your ankles tightly till it kind of hurts, Ash.
Well, that's not good.
Then, Xeneras, it is your turn. I will say there is, looking at the battle map, right below the open grave, there are 2 coming out of there. One to your left.
Oh, you have the map.
Yes, one to the left in that little cluster of graves, and one to the right. Those are the 4 that are coming out of the graves to attack you.
Okay, hang on. I'm looking at the map. We're looking at the grove, right?
Yes, and in the
Are we on
very
D&D?
middle,
Are we on Roll20? Or are we looking at the map on?
general chat, because these
Okay.
gentlemen, I did not require to get a roll 20 yet, so I said.
Sorry, man.
No, that's the case. I'll just attack the closest thing.
All right.
Actually, if anything, I'll attack the one that's grappling my compatriot.
You walk over to one of the ones, left or right, that is grabbing him.
The one to the right. Actually, no, the one that hasn't been hurt yet.
Neither of them have been hurt yet, so the one on the right will be perfectly valid. And go ahead and
Fine,
give me
then
a
the right
attack.
one. All right, short sword
Nice.
is 22.
You very easily, as it's like crawling out, it's mostly kind of distracted by Ash, as now that the head and upper torso is trying to pull out. They're trying to almost like pull Ash into the graves, and you see his legs start spreading. But then you just come up and slam your short sword right into the head of one of the ones grabbing Ash. Go ahead and give me your.
So that is 6 damage.
That will kill
And
it,
then.
as it.
Oh, that'll kill it?
Yes, these are zombies. They do not have
Oh,
a lot of
bitches.
health. Actually, wait. I forgot. They're zombies. They have undead fortitude. Let me roll. Yes, this one is dead. So how undead fortitude works is basically for a lot of undead in 5th edition. When you do a killing blow, it is 10. They
Think
make a
I'm-
con check of 10 plus the damage you dealt. This one is
Okay.
dead. This one does not recover from the blow and limps slowly. Ash, the one on your left, but your right, Xeneras, is limps and the grasp around.
Oh, I'm
your
not done
legs.
yet.
Oh, I know you're not done yet. I'm just letting him know what happens with that one.
Gotcha.
Continue.
And then as a bonus action, since I use a short sword, because it's considered a simple weapon for my character, I can use an unarmed strike.
Woohoo!
So if I need to move closer to it, to be within 5 feet of it, I will definitely do that.
I like to imagine you're like almost standing over Ash, kind of like, I got you, dude. Slam your sword into the other one, and you're just gonna punch the other zombie in the face.
13 plus 6, 19.
That also hits. They're currently crawling out of the grave, so not exactly hard to hit.
I rolled max damage, so 8.
All right, let me get the roll. Okay, this one does not die. You punch it and you literally
Motherfucker.
knock its jaw straight off. But as it does, it just turns to you with its tongue slapping about. And it continues crawling,
Ah,
pulling
you're a
Ash
tough
in.
one.
Then it will be Lavender's turn. Lavender will turn to the one on a left coming out of the grave. He pulls out his spear and charges them. Slamming into the head as well, dealing a killing blow. He does the roll. This one is also killed as Lavender kind of picks it up on the pike. And you watch it, he slams into the ground, and it slowly slides down as the top of the spear pops out from the top of the being's head. And it kind of just stops slowly raggedy and flinching about on his spear. Then, Eisen, it will be your turn. There's one to your right and one still holding Ash.
Alright, so I'll go towards the one that's by Ash to just attack him with my hand axe.
Wonderful. Give me your attack, please. And that will be a d20 plus your attack bonus.
20 plus my attack bonus, which is 21.
You hit. Go to give me your damage, and I'll get the fortitude check.
The damage is d6,
Plus your strength or dex, whichever you prefer.
so that's a 7.
Perfect. You slam it into the head, and while it's trying to re-go and pull Ash back in, as Zeneris wasn't able to finish it, you just come up, and maybe under Zeneris' arm, as he's like retracting it, you just slam the axe directly into it, and it falls limply over. Ash, you're now no longer grappled and free from being pulled into a grave.
Let's not
Is it?
do anything hasty next time.
Thank you.
With this, it is the final zombie's turn. The kobold with 4 arms. Being an undead creature and not knowing what retreating is, crawls on all fours and jumps onto the back of the most dangerous person here, Zeneras, and attempts to bite down onto your neck. Does
That's
a
cute.
15 hit you?
No, it can fuck right off.
As it goes to bite you, it just nibbles on your armor. A little bit like, I like to imagine like a leather pauldron on your shoulder. And you just look over and flick it on his nose.
Yeah, that's accurate.
Then Ash, it is your turn. You're able to get up. You're no longer grappled. Would you like to finish off this kobold harassing Zeneris?
Yeah, I'm just gonna run over and smack it with my quarterstaff.
Amazing. Give me your attack roll.
1.
1! Wow! Alright, so you go to do
Wait,
it.
that one or
That one or one that was like with your bonuses?
Hold on. Where was
what was
that?
your die? Well, did it land on a one or did it just drop down to a one?
It rolled onto a 1.
Okay.
Fuck me, no.
As
But,
you're
yeah.
swinging, you go for the kobold, and instead of saying duck, so he ducks his head down so you can swing across and knock the kobold off. You just end up smacking Zeneris right in the face with your quarterstaff. Please roll me your damage.
Oh, damn. Alright, what is it? D6.
Yep, d6 plus your strength or dex, whichever.
Damn. I wanted to run over and, like, look back at Lavender and be like, Lavender, I told you didn't have to help. It's a 4. I guess I missed the kobold.
You get a
Alright,
solid
I'll
little goose egg on your head as you get bumped over the head with a quarterstaff.
Sorry.
Then
I'll
Zeneris-
stare directly at him.
Yeah.
Everybody gets one. Just one.
Everybody gets one.
And I want to kind of do an intimidation just to be like, don't do it again.
Sure. I'll say Zeneris, it will be your turn next, so you can both attack the thing and bonus action intimidate.
Alright, I can do that. So, attacking, short sword to hit. I'm assuming a 13 will hit.
That actually doesn't.
Wow, I'm surprised.
Yeah.
Well, if that's the case, I'm not going to intimidate it, but I'll do my unarmed strike.
As you go to slam it, you're kind of like, oh, fuck this. You just go to stab it with your short sword. It kind of jumps over your short sword and crawls up your arm, leaning back with your left arm now, trying to punch it off your arm. What is your attack roll?
I missed. I got a 9.
You just start swinging. This thing just starts crawling about your body like a little spider. This
Get the fuck off me!
little forearm
Get the fuck up.
kobold, grabbing you at weird angles, grabbing your love handles, pulling your hair.
Fuck you, I have no love handles, you fuck.
Then Lavender turns to you. Oh God! He pulls out his hand crossbow and with a steady aim attempts to. Oh my God! Okay, this kobold's just not gonna die. This hand crossbow flies towards you, and as it's about to hit the kobold, it just Matrix style ducks underneath as the hand crossbow slams into a tree nearby. Then you get Bardic inspiration, Eisen, as Lavender Storm says, "Kill the fucking kobold."
I throw my hand axe at it, and I get
Now remember, you don't need to use your Bardic Inspiration immediately. You could save it for later. It just lasts a certain amount of time. So only use it when you really need it.
Yeah. No, I don't think I'm going to use it now. I think for now, I'm just going to throw my hand axe, aim directly at the fucking thing's body.
Amazing. Give me a attack.
Or if you get hit again.
Nat 20.
Easy.
Hey.
Just slam it in the back. It slowly slices in half as it as the axe itself cuts through it and bounces somehow perfectly to flat end off of Xenaris' armor. Comes back to you. You catch it midair, Eisen, as the thing hanging from Xenaris' armor slowly just slides in half as the innards are exposed and it just slops to the floor.
I told you we don't need to touch any necklaces.
Damn it, Steve. Why'd you tell me to do that?
What? I didn't tell you shit.
Here, Steve, hold on to this. And I put the necklace around Steve's neck.
Oh God, really?
You're not going to investigate to find out what it
hold
is?
on.
Okay,
do
cool. So as you put it on Steve's
later.
neck, suddenly the skeleton behind you starts rising and following Steve's commands.
Oh no!
Ah, cool. I have a skeleton friend. Now the one-armed skeleton just
Okay.
stands near Steve.
Steve, you have a friend.
I do. The skeleton waves. I told him to do that.
Well, Steve, make sure he protects all our stuff. You're carrying most of what we need to survive.
Yes, you're right. Skeletor. He looks to skeleton. Handle the saddlebags. He just stands behind Steve at all moments looking to saddlebags.
Okay. What is that one other character's name? Who's Eisen again? Eisen.
I
He's
am.
Thermic.
Okay. I want to walk up to him and be like, are we sure we should trust the horse with the necklace?
Honestly, the way things are going, I think I'd rather trust the horse than trust Ash and what he's going to do with the horse.
Fair gun, finger gun points at you and be like, fair enough.
All right.
And I'll just keep on moving.
With this, let's go towards the south. I want to continue on. I have a feeling maybe the person we're clearing out of the mansion may be responsible for this.
I just kind of nudged Steve, and I'm like, never thought your day turned out like this, huh?
No, I suddenly went to being sad in a stable to now I'm out on the venture and have a skeleton friend. Life is amazing.
You're Steve, the necromantic horse.
Steve, the sterile necromancer.
Don't give him ideas.
Stallion. Yes.
Don't give him ideas.
He smiles, and the skeleton just gives a thumbs up.
I kind of cock my head and wink at Lavender.
Lavender stares at Steve with a deep hatred and burning passion.
Uh,
The thing Steve has
I'm
done
so
in the
glad
past that
Steve
you have
told
no
you this.
idea. And Lavender stares at him, hatred.
I'm so glad Steve still exists.
Me too. I love Steve.
Oh, you don't?
Isaac loves Steve. Lavender hates Steve.
Fair enough.
So, you guys
I
continue
now
down south.
own Steve,
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
which I'm currently riding Steve again. Like, I've mounted Steve.
Oh, then as you do, you feel bony hands wrap around you like a biker. Like, you know how people riding on the back of a motorcycle wrap around to hold on to you? The skeleton, who is not alive,
Yeah.
holds on to you for safety.
Sounds good.
Then as you guys you ride off, you know what, Oblivion, you might even want to tell Jacob that Steve has been bought. I think he would find that hilarious.
I will let him know.
That would be
And
hilarious.
Steve's become a necromancer.
Yeah, and Steve is now a necromancer.
Oh God, I don't know what's worse.
You guys continue on, and as it gets deeper and deeper into the woods, and mist starts kind of going off, and you see a lamp light in the distance. And in the lamplight, you see on a horse a tall drow with wonderful burgundy and black dress and a orc who has a great axe upon their back, staring helplessly at this tall, not ethereal, but ghostly-looking mansion. Let me pop it into the... they turn to you. Lavender
That's
speaks up. Velvet Rose, what are you doing here? I sent you to the town with aid. We got lost, Lavender. Something's weird with his woods. I don't like it here. I think the fact that we're all here means that something's happening at the mansion. And Aid, Diva's character, Aid, who is a half orc with a great axe upon his back, speaks up. Hi, are you also greenhorns?
Hi.
No.
Here we are.
I'm part of the training program as well. I'm with her. She hooks a thumb over to the drow sitting on a horse. We had a halfling with us named Kurt. He rhymed all the time, but a little bastard left us. That's why we're trying to figure out what to do. He once he saw the mansion, he took our gold and ran off. Velvet Rose looks to Lavender Storm. Indeed, it seems the little bastard took the extra supplies we had. And ran off into the woods.
Well, I do have some supplies here for sale if you need it. Survival gear, mostly.
They kind of look at each other, look to you. Velvet Rose pulls out 25 gold and says, "Give me rations and some basic..."
I sell him,
This is a her, by the way.
sell her, Eisen's rations and goods from Steve's pack. And then I give Eisen all of the money and tell him that I can give him mine if he needs them.
Eisen, I will say that 25 gold that Ash just made is worth more than any that you spent on the adventuring gear. You probably spent 10 gold on the adventuring gear. So it is a hearty profit that he just made you, even though...
Oh, wait, I'm sorry. Who got hit? Was it... Who did I hit in the face? It wasn't Eisen, it was Zan.
Yes. Yeah.
I'm sorry, it was Zenaris that I was trying to do that for.
Oh, okay, then Zenaris, he gives you...
My apologies. And I'm like, my bad about hitting you.
Like I said,
Sorry, I got...
I guess one.
In that case, Lavender...
So I guess I get 25 gold?
Yes, you may add 25 gold to your inventory. In this case, I say, with all of us here and plenty of us ready, let's head into the mansion, shall we? And if you like that video and like to see more content, please drop a like and subscribe to Wolfer28, or give us a follow and a rating on both Spotify and iTunes as Bardic Logs. Thank you very much, and we hope to see you next time.